Open and eat this up. And eat this up. It's all here. This is more than just Bible codes random. This is so many ramazim in the same pasuk, and it actually happened to Eliyahu Navi. So, boys, stay tuned. There's a Gewaldige podcast. Rabbi Steve Geller does a Gewaldige Zach, and that'll be coming out this week. Torah Giants on Chumash. Shalom Uvrach, and welcome to the weekly piece on the Parsha from Torah Giants on Chumash, written by Rabbi Yitzchak Meir Goodman, the Rabbi Emeritus of Yisroel Rockaway. Sit back and enjoy.
Welcome to Torah Giants on Chumash. I'm Steve Geller. Of all the amazing pieces in the Torah Giants set, some of the most unusual are the ones Rabbi Goodman took from sefer Dorshei Reshumos from Rav Yisroel Yosef Taub ZT'L. Aided by computer research and seasoned with brilliant Torah scholarship, Rav Taub put together hundreds of examples of characters from Nach appearing in the Torah. Unlike Torah codes, which sometimes feels like the ELS patterns appear randomly across large sections of text, Rav Taub found characters who lived hundreds or thousands of years after the Torah was given, encoded in Roshei or Sofei Tevos, the consecutive beginning or ending letters in passukim, specifically in passukim that were connected to those people. Not just random names, Rav Taub explained why those people are encoded in those particular passukim. It's really unbelievable. This week's piece is a perfect example. Kasher Zamim are evil witnesses who give false testimony trying to convict an innocent person of a crime. Let's see it in our Parsha. If someone appears against another party to testify maliciously and gives incriminating yet false testimony, the two parties to the dispute shall appear before Hashem, before the priests or magistrates in authority at the time. And the magistrate shall make a thorough investigation. If the one who testified is a false witness, having testified falsely against a fellow Jew, you shall do to the one as the one schemed to do to the other. Thus you will sweep out evil from your midst. Very clear and easy to understand. In fact, there was a perfect example of this in Nach. I'm going to put up the story if you want to pause and read it. In Malachim Aleph, chapter 21, we see the story of Navos, a landowner minding his own business, working his family's farm. Unfortunately, that farm was adjacent to the palace of King Achav, who would look out his window and see Navos' farm and wanted it for himself. Navos declined Achav's offers to purchase the land, and this sent the king into a bit of a depression. His wife, Isabel, translated famously as Jezebel, told him to cheer up. She would take care of everything. Isabel enlisted two evil men to falsely testify that Navos cursed both Hashem and King Achav. Based on that testimony, poor Navos was taken out and killed. Isabel claimed Navos' house and vineyard and delivered them to the king. Just then, Hashem came to Eliyahu Navi and told him to go to the king and tell Achav, I know what you did, and you and your whole house is in big trouble. Because you have sold yourself to that which is evil in Hashem's eyes, you will suffer terrible deaths. And ultimately, so it was. This is a perfect example of our Parsha explaining the punishment for false witnesses trying to convict someone with lies. You do to them what they tried to do to the victim. Perfectly explained through our protagonists, Navos and Eliyahu, and antagonists, Achav and Isabel. Along comes Rav Taub, who makes the most amazing discovery. Again, the point of our passukim was to establish the halacha of false witnesses. This halacha coming to life through the Navos-Achav drama. Let's focus on two parts of our passukim to see if we have any hints to Eliyahu and Navos. Turns out we have more than hints. Look at 5 words towards the end of the section, Lifnei hakohanim v'hashoftim asher yihiyu, before the priests or judges in authority. The Roshei Tevos, first letters of each of those 5 words about coming before the Kohen and judges, spells out Eliyahu. Eliyahu, who is a Kohen and Navi and chosen by Hashem to carry out the mishpat, the judgment of the Navos incident. But there's more. Rav Taub explains that if we replace those 5 words whose Roshei Tevos spelled Eliyahu and replace them with the word Eliyahu, the pasuk describes what happened in the Navos story in Malachim Aleph. The two parties to the dispute shall appear before Hashem and Eliyahu at the time. Amazing. But there's more. We've already found Eliyahu in our passukim describing Kasher Zamim. Wouldn't it be nice if Navos was lurking somewhere in this section? Let's take a look. Just above the pasuk with Eliyahu is the pasuk about the evil witnesses giving false incriminating testimony. In our case, condemning Navos to death. In that pasuk is the term la'avonos bo, literally meaning answering or responding to him. What could Hashem be hinting here now that we have connected these passukim to Navos and Malachim? Within La'avonos Bo, the name Navos can be spelled rearranging 4 consecutive letters, describing the answer or reply to him. Just incredible. So within the Torah's passukim describing the commandment regarding kasher zamam, false witnesses, we find Eliyahu and Navos in the very famous case of kasher zamam in Malachim. Eliyahu is one of the most popular characters that Rav Taub found encoded in the Torah. We dealt with another one in our 5784 piece on Parshas Vayikra, which is also indescribably amazing. As there, we are honored to have Rav Eitan Feiner Shlita, Rav of the White Shul in Far Rockaway, to give us some amazing color on Eliyahu HaNavi.
The whole thing about Eliyahu HaNavi, Phineas Naiti, is he's the only one in history who's here, but he's not here.
Right.
Who's the only one who was zocha to invisibility? Way before pre-Harry Potter invisibility cloak days. Who's the only human being? Now, the whole Eliyahu, he's here, but he's not here. What's Rosh Hashanah? I see Remez. It's here, but it's not here. It's not overtly. But it's Derech Remez Ba'alma. He is. He's here. Where's Eliyahu? He's that Onish. He's that poor person. He's that man. He's that woman. He's always hidden. Tiniest chabez for a broken meets of Eliyahu Navi in the street. He's here, but he's not here. That's why Sheteva Let's Eliyahu. So, but if we could just add the following, Reb Steve, I'm sure, just said over the shtickle, and pertaining to Parsha Shoftim with Achavi Zevel, Hafla V'Fel, Mamush. You see it actualized in the lifetime of Eliyahu Navi. Unbelievable. But if we could just add something, this is not Darshei Rishumas. This is the Ramami Pano. The Ramami Pano in the Gedolei Machshava, who was nifta in the beginning of the 1600s. The Ramami Pano has a classic work called Asar Ma'amaris. And he says, where's the first remez to Eliyahu Navi in the pages of Chumash? So we can go through Darshei Rishumas, unbelievable, 134. Rosh Tevis, Sofi Tevis, Osio Shnias, unbelievable Ramazim, etc. Eliyahu Navi. Where's the first one? Pinchas is Eliyahu Navi. And we talked about many Ramazim about that idea, but Pinchas, or Ramami Pano, says is a Gilgal of Yitzchak. That's why Yitzchak is Gematria 208. Pinchas is Gematria 208. The only thing missing in Yitzchak was at the end of his life, he lost his eyesight. No problem. Pinchas becomes Eliyahu Navi. We're introduced to Pinchas at the end of Balak, Vayar Pinchas. He opens up his eyes to see that which nobody else wants to see. Pinchas is Gematria 208, the same as Yitzchak, but Pinchas becomes Eliyahu Navi through that Maisa, and it's based on Pirkei Lozer, chapter 47, and that's a Taginus Unazil. Eliyahu is 52. Add 52 to 208, you get 260. What's 260? Ayin plus ayin. Ayin, the right eye, is ayin yonun plus the left eye, ayin yonun. He restores the eyesight. So if that's the key of Pinchas, that's the tikkun of the Gilgal, the reincarnated Yitzchak, then it's very good, in my humble opinion, why Pinchas Eliyahu was 260, ayin plus ayin. He restores the eyesight of Yitzchak Avinu. But now it's very gishmak, because the only one who's invisible, what's invisibility? That my eyesight can't be toe-face. I can't see that person. Somebody who used his eyesight in the right way to see and to know what not to see. Pinchas becomes Eliyahu Navi, 260 ayin plus ayin, and now nobody can see him whenever nobody. See, here he is, he's not here. So that's why Sheteva Sheteva. So where would be the first place? Mami Pano says, if he's a Gilgal of Yitzchak, then the first place should be in the context of Yitzchak. But a Gilgal is reincarnating because the soul needs to come back. And when does Yitzchak somewhat leave this world? He goes on the Akedah. Akedah is Yitzchak. And Yoni Rosh Hashanah, this is what we're talking about. So what happens? Yitzchak is about to die. Instead, let's put Yitzchak on the side. Who's going to substitute for Yitzchak? Vayikach es ha'ayil. Ha'ayil writes the Ramami Pano. Hey, Aleph Yulama. Now let's keep in mind, Eliyahu Navi, 5 places, Rashi and Mechukosai, based on the Medrash, Chosav Yosef, and the end of the day, there are 5 places, Eliyahu Navi Spor Chosav. Rav Yaakov Kamenetsky writes in Yaakov that Pashtus, his original name was Eliyahu, but then he got a Vav added onto his name. And what does it say in the end of Malachi? Hine Anocha Shalach Lechem es Eliyahu Hanavi, Aleph Lamed Yud Hey. Aleph Lamed Yud Hey, Eliyahu Hanavi, until they added the Vav later. So now where's the first remes to Eliyahu? Eliyahu Hanavi, he's going to take over after Yitzchak. Vayikach es ha'ayil, hey, Aleph, Yirlamed, Osios, Eliyah. Yitzchak, saved at the last moment, goes onto the side. And the ha'ayil takes over, Eliyahu Hanavi takes over. Yitzchak, Tikkun Zor says, Kates Chai. Who's going to bring us to the Zman HaKates? His Google, Eliyahu Hanavi, will bring us to the Zman HaKates. Once the Zman HaKates is here, but it's not here, Eliyahu Hanavi. So much about Eliyahu Hanavi's life will be here in our passukim, but it's not here. Rashi Tevis, Sophie Tevis, that's the Ramazan, that's Dorsey Rishumas, that's Steve Geller's awesome podcast. That's a Torah that'll give you a sweetness and a geschmack going into Shabbos guidance.
Thank you so much. Every time Rabbi Goodman quotes Rav Taub's sefer, he includes a variation of the declaration that this sefer is one of his favorite in his entire library. We see why. But how can we help others see why? Well, that's easy. Just like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit the share button, which copies the link to this video so you can simply paste the link into emails, Facebook, texts, WhatsApp groups, or your social media of choice. You know family and friends will appreciate you for sharing this amazing Torah, and it helps realize the potential of Rabbi Goodman's life's work, Torah Giants on Chumash.